A humane death penalty does not violate the Eighth Amendment freedom or right of or protection from cruel and unusual punishment. And that basically says that you can execute somebody, but they cannot feel pain. And in that article, we went through a number of examples of painful death penalties, sometimes painful death penalties, and then the one American death penalty that is typically accepted now, which, if you remember, was
Lethal injection.
yeah.
We didn't go over that.
Oh, okay. So the night class doesn't have the death penalty article. Okay, I'll remove that from Thursday night.
Oh yeah.
I mean, are you saying enough for everyone?
All right, let's remove Rutgers from everybody.
Thank you.
Unless two wants it.
No.
Okay, we've removed Rutgers. Okay, Pay to Spray was the trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer in Tennessee and whether they should put out the fire. Take a look at that one. Please View the Fetus was the Oklahoma article. The Oklahoma article. And as such, it was talking about the abortion. There were two laws on that. Make sure that you've got both of those. I'm going to bump Trayvon for now because not all of the classes have done the Trayvon article. So I'm going to hold off on that. I knew better than to bring that one into the 2 o'clock today. Yes?
The fetus isn't in our folder.
I'll make sure it's there. I'll make sure it's there. Please View the Fetus is the Oklahoma abortion one. And your class, all hell breaks loose in your class every day anyway.
You're saying know the laws or like the?
There's 2 laws.
There's 2 laws in the Oklahoma one. Do you remember what the laws were, just so there's no confusion?
I just know Roe versus Wade. Is that?
No, that's not it. Go ahead, the Oklahoma laws.
This is still the abortion one?
Yes, the abortion one.
They can't tell you if there's anything medically wrong with
Yeah.
your baby if you go to a doctor.
Yeah, the second law, and the one that nobody really agreed with, or the vast bulk of people, I should say, the one that the vast bulk of people did not agree with, was the one that said that doctors are not legally obligated to tell you if there's some form of health issue or birth defect with the fetus that you're carrying. And their logic on that is that if you found this out, then you would be more likely to abort. And Oklahoma is supposed to be a pro-life state. What was the first law that actually had more divisiveness?
You had to view the fetus.
You had to hear the heartbeat now.
Had to view the fetus. Had to view an ultrasound of the fetus if you decided that you wanted to get an abortion. Why were they doing this?
So you might change your mind.
Education. Some people in all of the classes would almost immediately say this is brainwashing. A number of the classes got upset when I said this is the puppy analogy, where we're always going to give away the puppies until we start holding them. And it's like Oklahoma is really trying to get you to understand that these aren't just cells. Now, I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with the policy, but it's genius what they're doing. Because what they're saying is that we're going to educate you. We're just going to educate you to decide the way we want you to. That's really what they're doing. What's that? No, we're not going to give out birth control in Oklahoma. I mean, no, we're not. We're not going to do that. The second part was that the doctors did not have to give away information. But note on this, and let me be clear on this. The first one is if you decide that you want to abort. The second one is they don't have to give you health information. You don't want to abort. You just want to know what the health is. And the article mentions that this is not just anti-abortion, but this is anti-woman, anti-mother, anti-family too. But those are basically the articles from 3. Now as we get into 5, I'm going to add articles. For chapter 5, all of the classes are going to get the 5 articles that deal with Iowa and DOA. They're going to deal with the Delaware pamphlet, if you remember. No, don't make that face. We just did that today. We just did that today and Thursday. Don't make that face.
What was the first thing you said?
Iowa with the dead on arrival for the old people. Dinosaurs, dancing, this kind of a thing. That page has 5 articles on it. I think all of the classes are going to get the white girls kidnapping article.
Oh yeah.
Everybody, I believe, has gotten the white girls kidnapping article, which you might be the answer to. And I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And then from there, Monday, Wednesday, the 2 o'clock class, that's all y'all have from chapter 5 is definition of civil rights and those 2 articles. The Tuesday, Thursday class, y'all go down to the voting rights tests. The Thursday night class, it's the voting rights. And y'all today, Tuesday, Thursday afternoon, 2 to 4, all of you have the voting rights test. So when you look back at this, and let me go back to the study guide real quick. Now, if you're in the Monday, Wednesday class, you can shut down for now. But if you look at this,
We didn't do the ideology test either.
yeah, we did not, so that's out. 13th Amendment, what did the 13th Amendment deal with?
Slavery.
Ending slavery. What did the 15th Amendment deal with?
Not,
I'm sorry?
Not banning someone from voting.
Just a couple more minutes.
Not banning someone from voting due to race or previous condition of service.
Okay, that's a good chunk of it. The 15th Amendment was supposed to be dealing with voting rights. And in all of the classes, except for the Monday, Wednesday at 2 o'clock, all of the classes I asked y'all to write me an amendment that would give the newly freedmen the right to vote. And the general gist of it is that if you wrote an amendment that said the newly freedmen have the right to vote, you cover this. And Catholic Anna did this today. Now, with this in mind, if you look at some of these others, the 15th Amendment actually says, it doesn't say that you have the right to vote, but it says that you cannot be denied the right to vote for race, color, or previous condition of servitude. And I gave y'all about 4 or 5 voting tests. Do you remember what they were? Jelly bean test. Any others? The bubbles, the literacy test, the poll tax, the grandfather clause. Make sure that you got a good knowledge on those when you think about it. Yes?
88.
Don't worry about that. For this last chapter, for everybody,
Okay.
the other 3 classes. The other 3 classes. So, everybody except Monday, Wednesday at 2 o'clock. No Missouri Compromise, 13th, 15th Amendment,
Plessy versus Ferguson?
and Dred Scott.
You don't gotta do Plessy versus Ferguson?
For the other classes, 4 terms. Missouri, 13th, 15th, and Dred Scott is all you need, because we did not cover those.
And no ideology at all for any.
And no ideology at all. I'll give you that next week when we come back. So, at this point, since the articles are going to be slightly different, I will update all of your articles today. Nobody has got what it means to be a cracker, so that narrows it down. But there are other articles that are coming. I'll have those in there tonight. Yeah, we went over Dred Scott today. But basically, that should square us. I will send you out an email that removes these terms. I will send you out an email that maybe removes a couple of articles. And I will send you out an email soon that will remove a number of the chapter questions.
By tonight, right?
I am going to go upload this. I'm going to go try and find something to eat. And then I'm going to sit down and send out these
So
emails.
tonight.
So it should be by 7.
Can you refresh my mind on the Dred Scott thing one more time?
Can anybody talk to him about Dred Scott?
It was bad.
I think you can stop it now. Good luck on the exam.